gotta work on your business and not in your business? Or is it you gotta work in your business and not on your business? I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure this out. I'm just playing. You gotta work on your business and not in your business. Now that's a little bit of a tongue twister, but let me explain. So, working on your business simply just means creating systems. It also means marketing and other things that involve you not doing the day-to-day operations. Now, let me talk about systems in this video. A system doesn't necessarily mean a computer system. It just means something that gets done repetitive, and you just create something so it won't be repetitive. Let me give you an example. And it involves a mistake that would occur a lot. The manager that would do the inventory in one of my stores would always miss the count on the orders. Sometimes he would order extra sauce, sometimes he wouldn't order enough sauce. Sometimes he ordered a lot of pepperoni, he wouldn't order enough pepperoni, meaning we would have to go to the store and buy more pepperoni. Now, I get it. If you had a busy week, it's totally normal. Sometimes it happens where you don't anticipate for it to be that busy, and it happens, right? But we should always be prepared, right? I created a system to avoid that mistake. So all it was writing down how many pepperonis I need a week. For example, we use 10 pepperonis a week, so I would write down we use 10 pepperonis. Now, it's always smart to have a little buffer on some items, especially items that have higher volumes. So I put buffer 1, meaning you always have to make sure you have 11 to just in case if you're ever busy. So that is a system I created to help out with the mistake that we consistently saw, which was he would always order either a lot or a little of a certain product. Systems are important because the human mind can do a lot of things, but it can't do it all. Sometimes there's always a factor that plays in hand. Sometimes you might be having a bad day. You're going through emotional stress. Maybe you're worried about your business. You're worried about your family. I don't know, but it's always something because life is not predictable. But you know what is predictable? Your system. Now you do have to create a system for almost every single thing. Every single thing that's repetitive. Because sure, I might make a mistake, but the system won't make the mistake, if that makes sense. So by creating these systems, that's how you work on your business and not in your business, if that makes sense. Because as an operator of the pizza place, Big T's, there are things that I could not do, and there are things that I seem like, wait a second, I have to do the work to be able to do it. I wish I could be in my ivory tower just chilling, but that doesn't really happen, especially in a small business, you know? There's a lot of times where I have to be the one doing the work. But again, if you create systems, it makes it easier for me to be able to do that freely, for you to be able to be at a different place and not have to worry about it. So now instead of me having to worry about sending someone to the store to buy pepperoni to go pick up sauces, I don't have to worry about that anymore. And I can use that time to make more pizzas, work on the business and maybe market a little bit more. Now I don't have to worry about the headache of, oh my God, that employee made the same mistake again, because I created a system to eliminate that mistake. So again, a way I've learned as a regular owner operator, as a regular human being, a simple common man, is the way you work on your business is by creating the system that best works for you and your business. Because some systems might not work exactly like yours, because every place is a little bit different. Although inventory is the same in almost every location, or at least in the restaurant world, I understand that most restaurants should follow the same inventory process where you have to order X amount of something, and sometimes there's some items that might go a little bit more that don't go bad, or stuff like containers that don't go bad, and you go order a little bit more. Not every item follows that rule, right? Yeah, every system might be a little bit different from most places, but there's usually a pattern with a lot of the systems. So the way Jose, has learned to do that, work on my business and not in my business, is by creating a system for almost every single task that's repetitive. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you.